Hello everyone, I am Tacet, and today we're going to be going over the Operation Mammoth Drop event for Gems of War, in which the Mammoth is added to the game. So let's get into it. We have this little guy. He has a brown arcane trait stone, which you would use mainly for upgrading your honor. As far as what this mammoth actually does, it is pretty decent, particularly for early game. It deals damage to an enemy to both of their life and armor. So basically, it does half true damage and half physical damage to the enemy. And it is boosted by a 3-to-1 on all blues removed, so you can also use it as a partial blue counter. It kind of reminds me a little bit of a Knight Coronet, except all in one troop and a mixture of true damage and physical damage onto a single troop. It's only a common, so very, very easy to obtain, even after this week. As far as traits, it's pretty bad though. The only really good thing it has going for is mainly the immune to freeze, but that's still going to be good against freeze Queen Mab as well as blues in general. Not only can it remove blues, but also quite a few blues do have the freeze mechanic, which it will be able to counter out. So quite a bit of a decent combination with that. As far as other event related things, let's go into all of the event stuff. We have 10% to all Urskas, as it is the kingdom that the event is in. We have the 10% to all beasts as well, which is what the mammoth is. And other than that, we get 400 gold every single time we use the mammoth within PvP or Explore. So a really good time to go and farm up on gold, particularly for if you need gold keys for when a new kingdom comes out, because the new kingdom should be coming out not this Friday, but next week's Friday. We should be getting a new kingdom, and having a good amount of gold keys would definitely be helpful. So definitely stock up all you can. I'd probably say more so in Explore than PvP, but you can do it in either or. And as far as the actual event objective, we have to go and do a bunch of the treasure maps. So if you do want treasure maps, you do get about an extra gem worth of resources every single 20 turns you do within Treasure Hunt, so definitely a good idea for newer players. Pretty much everything this week is really good for newer players. Go get your mammoth, really solid true damage, and then you get yourself a bunch of extra gems within the Treasure Hunt, which you can just play underneath the Treasure Hunt minigame with Treasure Hunts, or with the treasure maps. As far as the event keys, I would say wait for the new kingdom when it comes around, and that will be 2 weeks from now. So you can go and do the event keys then. The only thing currently in the drop pool is King Mikhail, if you happen to not have him, and you also have a very, very small chance of getting the Mythic of Doomclaw, which is one of the weaker mythics, so really not much of a need to open up event keys this week, so pretty much just ignore them. As far as the Soul Forge, dun dun dun, not exactly a Fairish Ra, oops, that's not Soul Forge, not exactly a Fairish Ra, but we have the next best thing. On the theme of this week, we have the Dragon Soul. So if you're a newer player, definitely 100% get yourself this. Even if your Soul Forge is, let's say, level 6, I would say it's actually would be worth it one of the few times to spend the gems to get it up to level 9, or just simply get the kills this week if you have the time. Definitely a really, really good idea to get level 9 Soul Forge and get yourself a Dragon Soul if you can afford it, if you don't already have one. For only 800 diamonds, 5,000 souls, and 4 celestial trait stones, you can get one of the best soul farmers in the game. It does a bunch of explosions. Earlier on in the game, that would be more towards 6 or 7 because it is based on its magic. It deals damage to all enemies, and this is unable to be reduced by magic reductions. It's based on how many dragons are on the team. So it automatically does 11, 8 on base damage, and 3 boost ratioed by itself since it is a dragon. And then every additional dragon you have on the team is additional 3 damage to all enemies, meaning that you can stack up to 20 damage per cast consistently, assuming your entire team is dragons. And it's pretty easy just to get some solid, decent low rarity dragons onto your team, start throwing down this cast, and basically just keep spamming it while accumulating souls, as well as doing 20 damage to all enemies. Very, very, very potent troop, and I would highly advise getting it, as the amount of resources you put in will greatly pay off for itself, just in the sheer amount of damage he does, as well as the amount of souls. So definitely go get him if you don't already have one, particularly if you're really early into the game, as the earlier you are, the more potent his 20 damage to everything is, which you can do even at level 50-ish or so. Other than that, not really too much else to go craft. Maybe a Draculus or maybe a Uriali if you want the full AoE true damage, though Crimson Bat is perfectly fine as an alternative. And that's pretty much it. I would kind of say Amnesia too, but she really only has one purpose, and that is for Guild Wars occasionally. But yeah, nothing really too good to go for under the Mythics this week. I'd probably just keep waiting for a Famine or Fair Shra. Other than that, let's go into the PvP then. Oh, also the little gem things are pointless. The little, what are they called? Those little color things in the Soul Forge. None of them are worth it this week, so just pretty much ignore them. And now, let's go over to, what was I just about to go do? Oh yes, Explore. Let me go do a quick Explore just to go and show just a pretty standard team. We're going to be running this time with a Sunbird, Forest Guardian, Mammoth, and Fire Bomb. Of course, you can replace Forest Guardian for a cheaper option if you so wish. You by no means need to use a Forest Guardian. The reason we are doing so is mainly because of what you just saw right there. We easily get the half mana and we can just go for the quicker cast. One other pretty nice benefit from this, which we didn't really get to see because we won so quickly, is we do have a bonus to all of our troops. We're getting 2 HP and 1 something else. Does it tell me? It won't tell me. Well, other than us getting 10% from the beast bonus, we're getting 2 HP onto our Sunbird as well. So it has quite a bit more damage. It has the 2 HP plus the 10%. So really a lot easier to get the quick wipes. And yeah, you can just keep throwing that at it and you're pretty much good to go. And if you don't have the Forest Guardian, simply replace it with a Rowan or just throw a second Firebomb onto the team. Though you will not get the beast bonus if you do any of those two. And we'll just throw this down. We'll just poke, and down it goes. No, we got the summon. Yep, that's pretty much all we'll have to do to go and accumulate the extra gold. I didn't really show it, but yes, we are indeed gaining that 400 extra gold at the end of each of these battles. I believe we're getting about 900 gold every single time we do this. And you can see we can easily do about 4 of them per minute. Realistically, more towards 3 of them per minute. But yeah, we're getting almost 1,000 gold every single time. So what would that come out to? Oh no, I'm doing math. Let's see. That is easily 200,000 gold per hour. So yeah, quite a bit of decent gold while still getting a really high trait stone rate and everything else. Well, let's go show some PvP. Let's go into a early game PvP, and hopefully we'll still be able to win. We're going to be running, also that is a really weird order. We're going to be running the Mammoth, Astral Spirit, Miststalker, and Spirit Fox. Everything on this team is of ultra rare or lower rarity. We are using a common, 2 ultra rares, and a rare. The common, the 2 ultra rares, and the rare. It is pretty helpful to have both these 2 ultra rares traded, though it is by no means mandatory to actually use it. But of course, I can't untrade my stuff, so we shall run it traded. Basically, what we'll want to do is throw the Astral Spirit if we need for the board control. We'd want to do this and then try killing out whatever the first slot is as quickly as possible. Everything we'd want to do is directly at the first slot, just so we can kill it out. One other nice thing about this is since we've already damaged it some, we will be able to throw our Miststalker at the first slot to get it killed as well. So right here, we're going to take the greens that just leaves there. Spirit Fox, I don't think we actually need at the moment, but I do want to make sure we get it into a kill, so I am going to throw it. A little bit of a waste there, but I will be able to throw that right into a Miststalker, which also increases his damage. Now he has 3 additional magic, so it's going to be even easier for him to pick off the kills. And we basically just rinse and repeat what we just did for every single thing on the enemy team. If we ever need to drain something, we just get the greens and get Spirit Fox up, and we'll be able to do that pretty easily. We can also remove blues if we wanted to. Well, actually, we have the ability to remove pretty much everything from this board. The Mammoth will remove the blues whenever we want, as well as our capability of targeting anything with Astral Spirit. We also have the yellow remove, so we got a little bit of every possible remove that we're really going to be needing here. Right now, it's going to go for the red. This should be a pretty easy kill to throw the same combo down again. It does look like we're going to lose our Mammoth, but that is perfectly fine. He's just here mainly... Actually, do we even get to cast them? I don't think we got to cast them once. Well, we might need to go redo that once then. Obviously, we're still going to win very easily just by continuing to cycle down the rest of the team, but we didn't exactly get to show him what he does, so we'll go and try that again. But, yep, pretty easy. Just keep doing the cycle over and over again. Oh, I should have Spirit Fox there. It would kind of be redundant if I do this on yellow. Yeah. Okay, I guess we'll do it on green then. There we go. And is that enough damage off of Spirit Fox? It would have to be 10. You've got to be kidding me. We're 1 damage short. We're still 1 damage short. That hasn't changed. I think that will be enough cleanup, so we'll do that. And now we have even more magic. What is that now? 37 magic. That is a lot of magic. We should probably just get him up immediately. See if we can get a purple surge. Oh, before I do, have a Spirit Fox, and can we get a Red Surge or... Whoa! What are you doing killing both of them? Oh, that's actually pretty bad, but here we go, have a Spirit Fox. That's still not enough damage, is it? Nope. 2 HP. But we'll just go get any poke. Do we have any extra turn over there? It doesn't look like it. We'll just throw a purple. Sure, that purple's fine. So of course you wouldn't Surge. And that's unfortunate, because now we're all the way back down on the mana. We could take this purple, but he's just going to... well, he doesn't use brown. I mean blue, so you know what, I'll give it to him. He doesn't get any value out of it. Oh, yes he does. He gets 1 red. How annoying. Okay. Well, if we could just get the last little bit of mana, we'll be good to go. Can we get it? No. So we'll just take the green. Luckily, he can't get his either, so we'll take the other green. Here you go, Spirit Fox. Take the last little hit. All you need is any damage, and down it goes. But yep. Has some really nice boost ratios, too, that will work really well in early game. Has the poison on the Miststalker as well, so even if it misses, you would still be able to get the poison to keep ticking down its HP. And of course, whenever it does get a kill, you also have the extra damage that it will then end up doing. So we'll take this revenge battle real quick. Come on, Mammoth, you got this time. Hopefully we'll be able to get his mana, probably off an Astral Spirit or something. We'll try to get it. But right off the bat, we'll most likely just Spirit Fox the first slot this time around. This will allow us to go straight into a kill. Looks like we'll take it for some blue. Do it right on the red, get our mana. He'll poke us for free. And he also got the stun, though it doesn't really have anything too useful on it. So that's not really a big deal that it is getting stunned. Let's go try taking brown so we can actually cast this guy before he gets killed by skulls again. Don't you dare get killed by skulls. We're going to cast you. Well, if he does die, we'll cast it with the other team for sure. But, come on, let's get that ability off. That really goes well with an Astral Spirit. Finally. So let's go get this. Let's have him cast. We can target this on anything as well, which is pretty nice. Though in this case, I believe I am going for the first slot. So as you can see, it does 22 damage plus the boost ratio at a 1 to 3 for every single blue on the board. And yeah, that is a lot of reduction to a single troop. And this puts it really easily into a one-shot range. One thing that's also pretty nice for this is since it also lowers the armor, it brings their total durability down. So it makes it a lot easier for us to Miststalker it. Since what's based on durability is whatever their HP plus armor is. And since this lowers both the HP and armor simultaneously, it makes it easier for you to be able to pick off with a Miststalker there. Really weird to have to remove the yellow, but I believe I am going for it, just so we get all of our purple that we need. Oh, I didn't even see the extra turn. Very nice. I believe that's already enough damage, too, since its durability is low enough. We can just go straight into another Miststalker pickup. And again, of course, our Mammoth will die. He's kind of just there for his utility, and then, yeah, he just kind of goes down. He's not the main component of the team. He's just here to make it work some, or at least a little bit better. Prior to him coming into the game, there wasn't really much for early game Brown. The only thing you would really use is Wolf Knight, because the best option for it, for true damage, I mean, early game true damage Brown, because the best option for it is generally a Core Vash. But early on in the game, the only thing you really have for the most part is a Wolf Knight. So now you have a Mammoth, which is pretty decent, really high damage potential, and it's a blue counter as well, which comes in handy, especially with how popular blue is. Feels like we're taking a lot of damage, but of course this is made out of very low rarity stuff against some of the upper teams, so still defending out pretty well. And other than that, let's go show out the other team as our final one. Figured I put away just some kind of gold farming team with a true damage aspect, and with this we're basically just going all in Draculus. We have the Humility for the magics, we have the Draculus there to assist with the true damage, Mammoth all the way in the back to give us that 400 extra gold, and of course it does work in both PvP and Explore this week, so we will be gaining the extra 400 gold per battle. Personally, I will not be bothering with a Mammoth on my team, I don't think, if I'm going to be farming it. I most likely will just go into Explore and do it. I feel like it would come out quite a bit higher that way. But for now, we're just going to be messing around with this team. Should most likely be throwing it on red every single time, particularly since we set it onto a +2 red, +1 yellow, -1 brown banner. Let's get our Herdmaster here. Could almost get our Draculus up every single time we do that. Ideally, we would have a magic buff and not an attack buff here. But since we don't, let's just throw that down. We also have the Mammoth that we can throw on any particularly dangerous targets, and in this case we actually do have one. It is the Summoner on the opposing team, so I believe we will go and throw that down. This also counters out blue if they happen to be blue oriented, which could be good against Queen Map teams and Kraken teams and such. Unfortunately, that is not what this is. we'll go throw the Draculus down. Ideally, he will die next one, and since he just did HP there, we now have enough damage to do so. What would be even greater is if we can extra turn plus get magic. Well, we didn't extra turn, nor did we get magic. Neither. So we'll throw a Herdmaster here, see if we can get all of our mana, and we do. That seems to be a pretty decent trend with it. And we also have the Mammoth up, which will easily be able to pick off anything that becomes a threat. So if there was another threat still remaining, I guess we'll go take her. We'll go and just instantly kill her, and then just keep singling them out like that until we can get the final Draculus cast to kill something. Throw that over. And of course, you can also throw this Mammoth into any one trophy team, just any kind of quick one trophy team, similar to the Explorer team, just to kill out and get your extra 400 gold that way as well. But all we need now is just one last cast, and that should be enough true damage. Could have probably tried off the humility, just wanted the guaranteed chance there. And down it goes off of the Draculus. And yep, that's pretty much the new Mammoth. Quite a bit of fun to use. A lot of potential. Really interesting that it can do that HP plus armor, both simultaneously. One other troop that's kind of similar to that too, though not exactly the same, is Herald of Chaos that you get from completing out the Blighted Lance Kingdom, which most people have to do anyways because you need it for Soulforge. So it's a really common early kingdom as well. But he has a somewhat similar aspect in that he does a damage plus a stat reduction, though in most instances I actually find Mammoth to be quite a bit better because true damage is very, very, very useful. It's particularly a boost ratio true damage. And I believe at Mythic, even in late game, he can reach around, I think, 28 damage with his boost ratio. Maybe a little bit higher than that, maybe almost 30. So pretty decent for a true damage that can actually be targeted. So not that bad of a troop. Very good with exploders, very good against anti-blue. That's the main thing that it's used for. True damage teams as well as anti-blue teams, I feel like are the two biggest things it gets used for. But anyways, guys, that'll wrap it up for this video. If you still have any other questions, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a wonderful week. Goodbye, everyone.